Welcome, focused learners, to this executive briefing. You know, the landscape has seriously matured, and honestly, it's time to cut through the noise. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're conducting a definitive, strategic audit of 2026's top AI tools.
So, should your enterprise deploy ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini? I mean, it's the exact question every CTO, department head, and decision maker is wrestling with right now when looking at their tech stack.
Okay, let's dive right into this. The 2026 AI landscape is, well, it's intensely competitive. Each of these models claims ultimate power, right? And they all boast millions of active users backing that up. But here is the absolute critical takeaway. While they all bring distinct enterprise strengths to the table, there is no universal winner. It just doesn't exist. So we've got to audit these tools based on the actual specific tasks your teams are executing every single day.
To find your winner, we're going to evaluate communications and content, technical execution, deep research, and productivity in UX before wrapping it all up with our final strategic verdict.
All right, let's start with Section 1, Communications and Content. We're auditing AI writing capabilities.
When we break down core writing competencies, we see some pretty stark contrasts. Looking at creativity, tone, accuracy, and long-form writing, distinct leaders really start to emerge. For instance, if your marketing department needs highly creative, engaging copy, with a warm conversational tone, ChatGPT totally continues to shine. But on the flip side, if your legal or compliance team requires absolute, unwavering accuracy and nuanced long-form structuring over creative flair, you absolutely must pivot to Claude. A tool's performance across these four pillars is basically what dictates its deployment for your content teams.
So, who takes the crown here? Well, the victor in this category isn't universal. It's completely bespoke to your enterprise's strategic goals and risk tolerance. Are you prioritizing a creative, human-sounding tone for consumer outreach, or strict, factual accuracy for internal reporting? Ultimately, your content strategy determines the license you purchase.
Moving right along to Section 2, Technical Execution. Here, we're assessing AI coding capabilities for your engineering departments.
Now, this technical matrix evaluates debugging, code generation, and documentation. For your technical leads, generating boilerplate code is great. It saves minutes. But an AI that excels at complex debugging, like what we've seen with Gemini's deep workspace integration, that can literally save weeks of engineering hours. You have to map these capabilities to where your development bottlenecks actually are. Ask yourself, are your engineers spending 80% of their time writing brand new functions? Or are they hunting down maddening logic errors in legacy systems?
The bottom line for your dev teams is that deployment has to align directly with your specific bottlenecks, whether that's rapidly prototyping features or untangling massive legacy code bases. The victorious AI in this sector is simply the one that natively integrates into your existing development pipelines and directly attacks those inefficiencies.
Up next, Section 3, Deep Research. We're evaluating information retrieval, which is absolutely vital for R&D and analytics. And this brilliantly illustrates a major dividing line. Processing massive amounts of data without hallucinations, that is exactly what separates enterprise-grade AI from your basic chatbots. When your analysts feed a 100-page financial report into a context window, the model's ability to retain accuracy and cite verifiable sources is mission-critical. Now, Claude has established a really formidable lead in processing these vast document libraries without losing the thread. Meanwhile, Gemini leverages its massive search ecosystem for real-time data retrieval. The divide in the market here hinges entirely on memory capacity and factual grounding.
To wrap up our research audit, the category winner is determined entirely by data complexity. You've got to choose your tool based on the sheer volume, density, and real-time demands of the information your enterprise processes on a daily basis.
Let's pivot to Section 4, Enterprise Productivity and UX. We are measuring daily workflow efficiency here.
Just to ensure we're all on the exact same page, let's clearly define our core metric. Productivity, in this context, means the efficiency of an AI in handling brainstorming, planning, drafting emails, and task management. It's a universal requirement, right? It touches everyone, from the C-suite down to the newest interns. When evaluating interface, processing speed, and that all-important mobile experience, a frictionless UI is paramount. Frankly, it doesn't matter how powerful the back-end model is if your employees find the app clunky or way too slow to use on the go. ChatGPT's vocal mode and mobile dominance offer incredibly low friction for non-technical users. On the other hand, Gemini's native integration into enterprise workspaces, that basically removes the need to switch tabs altogether.
High company-wide adoption rates rely entirely on these specific UX metrics and keeping that learning curve as flat as possible.
So, for productivity and ease of use, the category winner comes down to operational velocity. Basically, which platform offers the absolute most frictionless integration into the daily corporate workflows you already have in place.
And finally, Section 5, the strategic verdict. It is time to align these AI roles and build an actionable deployment strategy.
So, the crucial point is this. When we map user groups to their optimal AI environments, it becomes glaringly obvious that there is no one-size-fits-all enterprise license. Think about it. A beginner needs a conversational UI with a low barrier to entry, which often makes ChatGPT the easiest deployment. Your content creators and deep researchers, they require the model scoring the absolute highest in tone and massive document retention, pointing heavily toward Claude. Meanwhile, your developers and operations teams embedded in existing ecosystems might find Gemini to be the top performer for debugging and workspace integration. To maximize your return on investment, your deployment strategy actually needs to be fragmented, targeted, and highly deliberate.
The data is clear, and the tools are absolutely ready to go. You've seen the metrics across communications, technical execution, research, and daily workflow efficiency. The only question left is, which AI will drive your productivity in 2026? It's time to audit your team's needs, match them to the matrices we've reviewed today, and make your definitive choice.